Hey folks, I don't know if you can believe it, but we're already to the end of the school year. This is one that's definitely been one that's flown by, and hope everything's wrapping up well and you're getting ready to enjoy the summer. Got a laundry list of some updates, some reminders just as we kind of wind down the season, and for some things to remember over the summer, reminders of some things we talked about from a system transition. There's some training opportunities that I think we all should be aware of as well. If you need some either PD or just want to engage some of your skills related to AI, and a couple extra features in the Google space that I think we all should be aware of as well. So as we kind of get through and talk about things, let's get into our summer reminders. So really the first thing to remind everybody of is that you do have an option if you do not want to take your district issued device home with you. You can leave it with technology during the summer months. It does require you to put in a support ticket. So please, if that is something you would like to do and you don't want to take it with you, you have the option to give us a support ticket and we'll coordinate with you, remind you to make sure your files are backed up, make sure you have your power cable with you, and typically you'd have you leave it at the main office, and we'd collect that and then get it ready for you for the upcoming year. And just a general reminder as well, do not hide away any technology in closets or in drawers or anything like that. There's a lot of summer prep and refreshing that we do in our world while you guys are on your break, and so don't hide anything on us. And then the equipment that is tied to your classroom, such as your interactive whiteboard, document camera, etc., please leave those in your room as well, and we'll handle any moves if that is a necessary item. And then certainly any refreshes and things like that we'll do as well. The other general reminder for the summer is you may receive an email about how your password is set to expire over the summer months. If you do end up getting one of those emails, we do strongly encourage you to take action on that before the last day of the school year. It's much easier, and the proper protocol and procedure is to change your password while you are in district, so that you can restart your computer and it connects properly to all the systems that we have. It'll save you a little bit of headache potentially, and make sure that things work for you. So if you are one of those, such as myself, that your password expires over the summer, just be sure to take action on that prior to leaving at the end of the school year. Okay, that's it for summer reminders. The next thing is just a reminder of how Remind is going away as a system, and ParentSquare is the new tool, our updated tool, I should say, that will be for both school-wide and classroom communication, starting as soon as summer school. So if you are one that is working over the summer school, you can and will use ParentSquare as the main communication platform. And then certainly in the fall, as you enter back, ParentSquare is the communication tool that we will use as a district. There are a bunch of links in the newsletter in terms of some terminology differences and some setup recommendations. And then we also have this knowledge base article that describes the basics of how it works. And again, some help articles to get you up and running. If you've used Remind, I think ParentSquare will be just as helpful for you and intuitive as well. If you are used to using Remind's virtual phone call feature, where you have a kind of that private phone number that's set up as part of your classroom communication, that is an option within ParentSquare as well, and it does just take a little bit of setup called the virtual phone option. So if that is of interest to you, definitely take advantage of that. And again, if there are any questions or concerns or needs beyond what we've already shared, certainly ask a support ticket and we'll be sure to help you from there. This has been a year talking about AI, right? Using the Google Workspace tools, using a variety of different things, some theories around it. We've shared a lot of resources over this last year. If you missed any of them, definitely take advantage of our archive newsletter section of our website. You can kind of review any of the content that we've shared there. Summer might be a great time to kind of play around, get used to some of the things, whether it's just simple prompting for some just some basics, or if you want to get into the curated side of NotebookLM or the curated side of using gems to kind of focus the attention and have the AI engines give you more targeted feedback instead of being so open-ended, which is where things like targeted lesson plans or differentiation or mapping to curriculum, all of those types of things really come into play when you're working with NotebookLM and or GEMS. And related to that, there are 2 free AI training opportunities we'd like you to be aware of. The first one is actually from DESI. They, on their AI part of their website, they've made a course that is a certification course that you can get. Again, it's free, but it's made specifically for Massachusetts educators. And it walks you through the registration and all about the resources here. And upon successful completion, you'll get a certificate of completion as well. So that can be great for your goals or potentially some PD as well. And then we've referenced before that Google has certifications on their own, and they have a bunch of different ones. We've talked about the certification levels 1 and 2 for their certified educator, which is kind of a little bit more about just using the tools such as Drive and Forms and Classroom and Docs and Sheets and all those types of things in our education environment. But then they also have AI specific ones. The Gemini Certified Educator is the one I would certainly recommend because it covers a lot of the philosophy and how-to stuff, similar to what the DESI would do, but then it kind of goes a little bit deeper into the tools and different ways of using them, again, with a lens for education. Again, it's free, at least for now, and so take advantage. We all love the word free, so definitely take advantage while it's available, and both of those things are something we would recommend to take a look at. In terms of our Did You Know, there's a couple things related to Google here. The first is just within Chrome. We have, obviously, Chrome is a browser that we use, and a lot of us, as we kind of work within our day-to-day or week-to-week, we have a lot of tabs that are open. I've heard many say that, oh, I need to close some of these, or I have too many tabs open, or things of that nature. And there's a lot of different ways we've talked about over the years of how you can organize your tabs. There's tab groups you can do. You can pin things. You can save things into folders and open them all up at once and close them all at once. There's ways of searching through your tabs. So there's a lot of nice tools that Google does give us to kind of differentiate between all the things we have open. But recently they added another feature that depending on how you like to look at things, this can be a new way to navigate. So instead of having your tabs horizontal across the top of your Chrome browser, if you click the triple dots and go to More Tools, you have an option now to show your tabs vertically. And where that can be really handy is if you like the more table of contents type of style to seeing what you need to see. You get a little bit more of those details of the name of the web page, probably a little bit easier to navigate when you do have all of the tabs open that you might have. And so if the vertical approach to things is a little bit more in tune for how you like to work, that is an option. And likewise, if you don't like it and you want to go back to the other option just from that More Tools section, you can go back to horizontal and you're back to the normal way or the default way. So handy little feature there, but take advantage of that. It can be a nice little productivity boost for you. And then finally, the Did You Know thing related to AI here is about NotebookLM. We've talked about NotebookLM being a way to make a digital notebook, and then we feed it resources, whether they're website links or document uploads or items from our drive, and you give it a framework and you can ask it questions, and it doesn't go outside of the resources that you give it. So it doesn't use content other than what you have fed it. And so this can be a great way to analyze documents, to get through large processes that you need summary or some study guides, or you need to just kind of get a sense of, or to bounce ideas off of. So really great resource, one of my favorite things in the Google world for sure. And the new update I wanted to share here is that when you add Google Drive content to a NotebookLM, before, you'd actually have to come in here and refresh that source. And so if you added a Google Doc or a slideshow or a spreadsheet, it will almost make a copy of it, and you'd have to refresh it if you made changes in the background. That's no longer the case. Google figured out a way to have those sources automatically update. So if you are using NotebookLM and you fed Google Drive resources into it, those Google Drive resources will automatically update as you update them outside of the notebook. And so your notebooks and your resources that you kind of work with and ask questions about and interact with will always be up to date for you. Really great, super handy. Makes sense, I think, in the grand scheme of using AI tools and using the Google world. But I figured I'd share that with the group. All righty, and so that is it for the newsletter. We're wrapping up, obviously, with this regular year cycle and hitting our summer months. Technology is very busy this summer, for especially with a lot of the different things. But one of the things we do continue to have is training availability throughout the summer. A little bit more condensed schedule, as you might imagine, but it is something you can take advantage of. If you want to dive into some of this AI stuff, if you need a little hand organizing some things or being a little smarter, not harder, potentially, workflows that we can help you with, definitely take advantage. Just go to the iSchool website, book a time for a remote or in person, and we'd be more than happy to hang out with you and see what we can do together. But if I don't see you in there, or if I don't talk to you via tickets, definitely enjoy your summer, and we'll see you when you come back in the fall. Take care.